we live?
We are live.
We are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee with Classy. We had so much fun up here in the showroom last week. Charlene said, do it again. So here we are. So today was supposed to be Zero demo day. Unfortunately, the weatherman decided to kind of scratch our plans. It looks okay right now, but it's supposed to be coming this afternoon. So we have rescheduled our official demo day to May 11th. We know there's a bunch of stuff going on, but there's really something happening every weekend from now on. So can't really dodge that. But anybody who wants to come for a moat ride on these anytime too. Every day is demo day here. We've got Royal Enfields. We'll have the Royal Enfields ready. We've got a couple ready to go right now. They're showing up here shortly. Still waiting on some of them, but with Zeros, we're ready to go. Anybody who wants to try an electric motorcycle. So I figured I'd throw myself right in the line of fire and say, what's the deal with Zero electric motorcycles? So I want to know your questions. So Mike, when you see a question, just interrupt me and go ahead and fire it off, because I know there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of skepticism out there about electric motorcycles. And like I said, it's, either you love them or you don't, and you don't have to love them. Like, that's the other thing too. It's like, I don't like BMW motorcycles at all. Like, really. Like, I'm sorry. They're just the goofiest looking things. They're the hardest things to work on. But you know who likes BMW motorcycles more than anybody in the world? People who buy BMW motorcycles. So, and I don't fault them for that. They're a wonderfully engineered product. I totally get it. Just like Zero electric motorcycles. So, I figure, you know what? It's this is what we do. So, I'm standing behind right now. This is the DSR-X. Okay. I'm sure the questions are going to come out. We sit at trade shows and answer 5 questions. So the first one is, what is the range, right? Get it? Everybody doesn't know where you can get electricity. I know it's in every house. I know it's at every street corner. I know they have charge stations where you can pull it up on an app and it can guide you right there, and it can reserve it for you, and you can charge this thing here anytime. You see there's 2 over at the township office. There's 1 in Lakefield. There's 1 in Buckhorn. They're really all over the place. So, so basically the range on these things, we've sort of got away from saying, if you want to go to the spec sheet, right? Which I think is hilarious, because if you've ever seen anybody look at a spec sheet on a Harley Davidson, that's comical. Nobody can tell me anything on a spec sheet on a Harley Davidson. But if you look at these things, if you want to go straight off the range for the DSR-X, you're looking for city range at about 290 kilometers, highway range at 137 kilometers, combination range at 185 kilometers. Now, does that mean that you're stuck after 185 kilometers or 290 kilometers? No, the best way I can describe this is good for about a half a day of riding. So if I want to ride to Huntsville and go for lunch, you can do that. All right. If Dustin and Keats have a morning off before they got to go to lacrosse practice in the afternoon, we meet at 9 o'clock. I can ride right through till 12 o'clock, 12:30 until they got to get gone to practice. So and then come back, charge it. If I find a fast charging station, that brings me to the next question. How long do they take to charge? Depending on the Zero electric motorcycle, they all come. The other thing too is the charger is actually on the bike. So the charging system is part of the motorcycle. So this motorcycle here comes with a 6 kilowatt charging system. Any questions come up yet, Mike?
Nothing yet.
I'm just regurgitating a whole bunch of information that I talk about all the time. But at the end of the day, any questions, just fire them out. And even if you want to say, Josh, electric motorcycles are stupid, I'll say, perfect. Congratulations. I get it. I understand they're not for everybody. But at the end of the day, I just want more people to give them a try, right? So basically next to charge time. So this one with a 6 kilowatt charging station, the basically optimal charge time would be 2 hours, right? So that's like if you forget, like, when you run out of gas on the side of the road and you're just sitting there and you're going, damn, I got to go get. No, that never happens. You charge before you run out, obviously. But what would happen is if you push it up to a charge station, you're 2 hours to get from 0, so that means like no charge left, 2 hours to all the way full. Basically, as I mentioned, there is an app right? And it's called Charged Hub. Oh, I'm going to grab my phone just to show you that.
We'll look at the bikes instead while Josh is doing that.
Well, I have my map here, and it's got, because I know it's everyone else. I almost pulled up the picture of your picture. But like for charge times, and again, and this is on this motorcycle. Not every motorcycle has a 6 kilowatt charging system. Now, the interesting thing is, all of the flagship bikes do. All the ones off the 17.7, off of this new platform that came out in 2020, they do have fast charging systems. Some of the smaller bikes, they're actually Zero right now is throwing in a free charging system. So, you know, like a 7.2, you can charge it in an hour, right? And that's again from dead zero. So normally what you would do is, you know, you'd ride, you'd pull up your old Charge Hub app, right? Oh yes, I am enjoying my Charge Hub app. And let's just go to the map, right? And then basically, oh, look at that. So basically right now, there's more charge stations in my vicinity than there is gas stations, oddly enough. But then you pull it out, and then it'll show you exactly where they all are. See, they're mainly in cities. You see there's 2 there in Lakefield. There's 2 here in Selwyn. There's 1 over here in Ennismore. So there are a lot of charge stations in a lot of areas right now. So there is, hey, morning guys, how are you? We're talking electric motorcycles to the internet world. There you go. Well, there we go. We got the first live comment. Don't even go there. But anyway, we're just going over all of the charge stations. These are all the ones in Ontario. So again, lots and lots around the corridor and stuff like that. But like I said, charge times on these, that's pretty much it. The next one the next question we normally get after that is, how fast are they? Let's go to the next one. Do you need a license? Absolutely need a license. This is a motorcycle. If you go over this from tip to tail, you're looking at basically it's J1 caliper and brakes. You've got the Bosch motorcycle stability and control system, which turns you into an absolutely fabulous rider. Also, you've got Showa suspension, ABS brakes, regenerative link braking, heated grip. So at the end of the day, this is one heck of a motorcycle. It just happens to be powered by electric. All right. So yes, you definitely need a motorcycle license for these, but also it is a full-on motorcycle. For example, this bike will go 180 kilometers an hour, right? This one here will do 200 kilometers an hour. So these aren't like the ones that get in your way at Tim Hortons that everybody are so mad about. These are actually electric, full-on electric motorcycles. After that, normally the question goes to how fast are they? Like I just mentioned, it's instant torque, okay? The one thing that I think is a common misconception is that, and this is sort of what's sort of the negative about them right now, is everybody assumes these are green, right? Well, they're not a green. Like, it just is a happy accident that they don't have emissions, all right? The truth of the matter is Zero Motorcycles designs electric powertrains. They supply more powertrains than for every other product than they do motorcycles. They just started in motorcycles. So these motorcycles here, you can, like, especially here's the motor here, the battery here, there's the battery management system back in here, plus all your ignition and everything as well too. So again, you just think about this is turning a wheel. The applications of this is absolutely phenomenal. They're putting these in ATVs, so you think about ATVs, they're putting them in all Polaris side by sides. They're putting them in go-karts, so indoor go-karts. They're putting them in watercraft, snowmobiles. They're actually also using them in the logging industry to top trees. That's actually kind of the one. So they swing these motors with saws attached to them from helicopters and take off the tops of trees. It's very efficient power. It's very, very torquey. It's very, very instant. And it's a lot of fun to ride, right? So, and you know what? I think I'll just show you that. I'm going to take one for a little rip here too. We're sort of, I know we're at that point. Any questions at all, Mike? No? Anybody want to come try one? Yeah, perfect. So go on and give one a go. Nice thing too is they're a really fun motorcycle to ride. Everybody knows I sold my motorcycle, and everybody goes, "What are you going to ride?" And I'm like, well, oddly enough, this is going to be my daily rider this year. I'm going to have other motorcycles to ride as well. But this one here is going to be the one that I ride to and from work. This is the one I do on dinner rides. This bike can't. I'm just at the point with these things too. There's just so much darn fun that I don't understand why people aren't buying them as much as they do. I do understand the range anxiety. I do understand that people like changing gears. I do understand people like burning gas. But I know I've always said this will never be the only motorcycle you can buy. This will be a market segment. It will not be the whole market. So don't be afraid that you're eventually one day going to have to trade in your motorcycle for an electric motorcycle because you're not allowed to. It's not the way it's going to work, right? But these things here are a lot of fun to ride, and I'm going to go for a ride right now. So now we're going to get on with our day, and I want to thank you guys for taking a minute. I know we sort of cut our teeth on electric motorcycles. And I decided to get into electric motorcycles because Harley Davidson was getting into electric motorcycles. Just they didn't do it very well. So I'm going to roll this out. Well, there's the screen there. But
Cool.
and again. Alright. Excellent clearance on this one too. And again, this is just one model. There's basically, I think, 8 different models, variations, things of the sort. Listen to this baby purr. So, I'm going to take it up and I'll be right back. Mike, you tell them your little stories of the electric motorcycle.
I don't know about how much fun they are. I can't really tell you how fast they go because I only know what the spec sheet says, 180 kilometers an hour, but I've never taken one that fast because that would be against the law. But they are a ton of fun to ride, and it's too bad that we're getting rained out for Mother Nature today, but May 11th, don't forget. A reminder, the Two Fat Greeks opened yesterday. Yep, it's really good.
All right, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping an open mind. Remember, demo day, official demo day is May 11th, but also you can come try one any day. If you're waiting for an oil change, if you're waiting for your dyno tune to be done, come check one out. Like I said, it's not, we're not going to make you buy one. I've always said, there's no Jedi mind trick that I can make you buy something you don't want, but at the end of the day, I really think that people should try these more often. So. Hi Stevie, hi Leia, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya. Wow. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend and stay safe.